What's up, man? What if I told y'all that your mail carrier has some of the most wildest experience you could ever imagine? All the mail carriers, right quick, if you have any experiences that you would like to share in the comments, drop them down below, okay? Check this out. So, as a young CCA, when I first started, I was very, very not ready for some of the things that I would experience just being outside dealing with regular everyday people. I would like to start off with the drug dealers. Okay, so the drug dealers are very bold when it comes down to progressing in their field. I've had several instances where the dealers would have their packages coming. You know, we delivering drugs every day now, you know, especially back then. It was crazy back then. I would be dropping off these crazy looking boxes with handwritten signatures on them and things like that. And, you know, they'll say, all right, mailman, appreciate you. And, you know, I'd be like, okay, you know, I'm just doing my job. And I remember one time I dropped off a package and this guy, he had $200 and he pulled it out and he was like,
appreciate it, bro. This your tip.
Now, judging by the scene, I knew it was some kind of trap house or something. I'm not unfamiliar with that. But as far as the package goes, I had it in my truck. I had to deliver it. I mean, it didn't smell like nothing, so I didn't have a reason to go in it, even though it was obvious what it could have been. Now, he gave me the $200. In my young career, I was like, this is awesome. I can get tips for making deliveries, even though in the back of my mind, I was like, okay, something about this still isn't right. So I ended up keeping that $200 for about a week. You know what I'm saying? Just to be safe, because I didn't know what was going to come of that. A few weeks later, I got back on that same route. And then the guy, you know, he flagged me down. I passed right by his house. He was standing outside. He flagged me down and he was like,
hey, mailman, you got a package for me?
And I was like, nah, man, I don't think so, but I'm gonna double check. I went to the back of the truck to check and he walked back there with me, you know, and he was kind of looking in the truck like, you know,
hey, what's that? What's that over there? Check that one.
You know, and of course it wasn't it. I showed it to him and I was like, bro, I ain't got it. And he was livid. Like,
bro, I don't know why y'all playing with me, but y'all playing with me. Y'all need to stop playing with me.
And I was like, look, man, I promise you, bro, I just started. I don't know what's going on. And so he got on the phone immediately and he told me to wait. He was like, bro, wait.
Don't leave yet, bro, because I need to call somebody right quick.
And I was like, man, I don't know what's gonna happen right now. So I said, you know, I can't really stop. You know, I got to keep going because I'm being monitored.
He said, hold up. Don't go nowhere.
And I was like, all right, man. So I sat there for a few minutes, maybe about 5. I heard him on the phone with somebody and he was like,
hey, man, mailman, look, tell this man that you ain't got what I need.
And so I looked at the phone and I was like, look, whatever package that this guy is looking for, I ain't got it. The person on the phone was like, all right, true. And, you know, I got in the truck and I left, you know, because I was just like, bro, I don't know what I was just a part of, but that was weird. Another day, I was on that same route and it was this truck that pulled up and it pulled up behind me. It wasn't the same guy that had the package that missed the package originally. It was a whole nother guy. When I got out, he told me to come to the car. He didn't get out the car. He was just like, hey, mailman, come here. And so I was like, hey, you know, what's up? You know, you need me to mail something? He was like,
no, but I need you to stop playing with me because I know you know where my package is going.
So obviously it was more packages missing, but of course I didn't know what he was talking about. You know, it was obvious, but I didn't know what was going on. So anyway, I said, man, you know, I really don't even understand why you feel like it's easy for me to do something with a package. Like, it's not easy. And let me clear the air right here for the people that's watching that's not mail carriers. It's really not easy for us to steal packages, okay? We got surveillance on us 24/7 while we out there. Like, we have to leave out of the office with a package in our hand and go to our cars and put that package in our car. Like, you pretty much won't even make it out of the parking lot doing that. So I just want y'all to know, like, we can't steal packages as easily as some people may think. So anyway, so yeah, and I basically expressed that to the guy and he rolled up his window and, crunk up his car and pulled off. And I seen that he had like California plates. And I was like, I wonder if that was the guy that was on the phone. It was just strange. Now, out of nowhere, I started getting messages to my Facebook because I had Facebook at the time. I got those messages and it was from a random guy. It was like a fake page. And so the guy said, I'm getting ready to get on a plane and I'm finna come take you out. And I was like, you got the wrong person. And he responded and he was like, nah, this the mailman with the dreadlocks. I know exactly who I'm talking to. Back then I had dreadlocks. I cut my hair now. So anyway, I was like, hey, look, I'm finna report this or whatever. And he never responded back. So honestly, on my route, I was a little uneasy, especially when I went back over to that part of town. I was uneasy. Every time a car pulled up and was driving slow, just going past me, I was being vigilant about that. And one time this truck pulled up, it was like a black Escalade and the windows was tinted out. And I was like, here we go, here goes some problems. And so, we sit on the passenger side of our trucks, which is our driver's side. Y'all know how that works. So I looked out my window to the left of me and the person was rolling down the window and my heart was beating. I ain't gonna lie. Like my heart was kind of beating. I was like, man, I don't know what's finna happen. It ended up being like a really old lady. And she was just like, can you mail out my bills for me? And I was like, man, I gotta get myself together because I'm out here nervous. So anyway, long story short, that person that was threatening me, I'm assuming was hoping that I was going to deliver the next package that was on the way. And he wanted me to be scared. But honestly, I don't know if he got the new package or not. But I never seen the guy. Nobody ever came and threatened me or shot at my family or none of that crazy stuff. So whatever was going on, it was either a scare tactic or, they just wasn't sure if I was the one messing with their packages. So I'm pretty sure I'm not the only mail carrier that has gone through that. All right. We go through that all the time, y'all. It's a dangerous job. To segue into other crazy things that mailmen experience, you ain't gonna believe it, okay? So we see a lot of naked people, okay? Like either in the window of the house while we walking up to deliver packages, or some of them, the ones that are kind of like out of their mind, they'll just come to the door and get the package. Like we'll ring the doorbell, which we don't really ring doorbells a whole lot no more because people get offended by that, or they might get scared, or their dog might be sick and need to be sleeping, or the baby sleeping or whatever. So they recommend that we don't ring doorbells unless you have the Ring doorbell, the one with the camera on it, then they get notified regardless. But this house didn't have none of that. It was just
hood, ratchet, broke down house.
I pulled up and I dropped the package off at the front door, and the lady, she opened the door up and she had on a bathrobe that was badly stained, and she had on no clothes, nothing up under the bathrobe. And she said,
hey, Mr. Mailman, can you bring that in? Can you bring that package in my house and set it on my table for me?
Nope.
I was like, man, we really don't supposed to be going in people's houses. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick it up a little bit and I'm going to slide it through your door, and then it's going to be on the floor. How about that? And she said,
you ain't got nothing to be scared of, baby.
And I was like,
Yep.
I do, because people watching us all the time. I ain't got time for this. And plus, it wasn't nothing that I really wanted to see. And even if it was something that I wanted to see, still, don't get tempted.
Message.
All right. So anyway, I pushed the box in, and the lady, she went in and she was gone. There have been several occasions where I've been just driving down the street and people were just kind of streaking in the road, just naked, in some of these small neighborhoods that are tucked off away from the city, where you wouldn't go over there unless you knew somebody over there. But 9 times out of 10, you'll live your whole life and never see this neighborhood. That's what I'm talking about. And there's also been occasions where you run up on people having arguments and they're fighting. I've had several of my coworkers that were caught up in the middle of drive-by shootings. And in that case, they ended up packing up their mail and coming back to the post office saying that the entire route is too dangerous for me to deliver, so I'm just going to go home. That happens sometimes, especially when the gangs in the city are having this, dispute, and they could be anywhere on their route just tagging each other one by one. We are out there when those things happen. My carriers that's in Chicago, my carriers that's in Los Angeles, I see y'all, man. I know y'all watch the channel. The ones that's in New York, Baltimore, y'all watch the channel. Put some of that in the comments. I want to know. Let the people know how dangerous this job is, because it really is, and a lot of people don't know it. Okay. Another thing that we experience are the dogs, of course. I've been bitten several times. Okay. I know that's something that people are scared of, but trust me, there's way more things to be worried about than getting bit by a dog. All right. I'm telling you this right now. I've been bitten several times on the ankle, on the back of my leg. I got bit like my upper thigh in the back. That's happened. I've had to punch dogs in the face. I've had to spray them. I've had to football kick them. Okay. That happens, bro. You almost gotta kind of be a warrior when you come out here in these streets. You gotta be ready for whatever happens, no matter what. Okay. And you got to defend yourself, but also be smart about your decisions too. You don't want to be out there causing problems. You want to avoid problems as much as you can until it gets to the point to where you have to defend yourself because you are being attacked. That's the only time you have to just really be 10 toes down and, stand in your ground. But yeah, I've got bitten by dogs. This one particular dog, was the worst. He was not a German Shepherd, but he had to be mixed with Shepherd. Okay. He had to be some kind of mixed breed. He was tall enough to bite me in the back of my thigh. So anyway, I was walking up to a house. I heard the dog barking, but I couldn't see him. That is the worst part about delivering mail. You hear the dog, you don't see it. You're not sure if it's in the house. You're not sure if it's in the backyard. You're not sure if it belongs to the neighbors. You're just not sure. And so you walk up to those houses with caution. That's what I did. Well, at least that's what I thought. I heard the dog barking in the background. I walked up and it was some steps to this house. Walked up those steps, dropped the box off in front of the door, and I was coming back down the steps. As I was coming back down the steps, y'all, the dog came out of the backyard. Okay. And I turned around, and before I knew it, I had kicked him. I didn't know if he was nice. I didn't know if he was mean, but it freaked me out that he ran up on me like that and he got so close. So honestly, he probably wasn't going to attack me. Okay. Just looking back, I'm not even sure. But he ran up on me. I turned around. I seen him. He was really close enough for me to kick him. And I did. After I kicked him, I grabbed my spray. That was when he got violent. I grabbed my spray and he started barking and he started kind of coming at me. I sprayed him real good. And usually when you spray them, they run off and you good to go. You can get in the truck because they can't see. But I sprayed him. This particular dog had a lot of hair in his face. And so when I sprayed him, I think I didn't really get him good enough. So when I turned around to walk back to the truck, he ran up behind me and bit me in the back of my leg. And he didn't hold on, though. He bit and he kind of took off running. So I was like, man. And of course, I had to I didn't report that because the post office is weird about you reporting that you got bit by a dog, because we go through training and that's not supposed to happen. So tell me how that works in y'all office, because I am reluctant to call the supervisor after I've been bitten by a dog, because they could do anything, say anything, not give you comp, all kind of things. And maybe they might feel like you won't need comp. Who knows? But it's different in every office. So y'all talk about it. I ended up going to Walgreens and I fixed it myself with a Band-Aid and some ointment. I was back on the route, no problem. The drug dealers are a mess. The people can sometimes be a mess. And the dogs can be a mess, okay? But we experience so many things that it's just like it's really crazy. And we experience things that a lot of people will not experience on their jobs. I've walked to houses and I picked up big wads of cash out of the grass. The most common thing that we find is money on the ground. It could be $1, all the way up to $1,000, you know, just band it up. One time I found a sports betting ticket on the ground, and I was like, this probably a loser, and it was a winner. It was like for $300. Somebody had lost it, and I was like, wow, it was actually a winning ticket. Crazy. So those opportunities, if you want to call them opportunities, those things happen. So yeah, you know, let's wrap it up here. All right. I got more stories, but I'm going off the top of my head right now. I can't think about it, but I will be back. Like this video and subscribe to the channel, man, so I can keep bringing y'all these listen videos, surviving USPS. It's going to be a long series. It's going to be as long as I can possibly make it because I love talking to you guys about my experience. It really brings me pleasure and it helps me get things off of my chest. Okay. I love y'all, man. I'll see you in the next video. See you guys later.